Canada notices fraud in temporary foreign worker immigration program, which is most easiest program for the companies in the Canada, because companies in Canada, when they are going to give employee to any person of overseas, they need to get permission from the LIMIA, which is a department of the immigration. That is much complicated process, time taking process. You have to pay, you have to fulfill the documents, you have to give details of that person, you have to justify that person they are inviting from overseas that really deserve as an immigrant, because that person is not available in Canada, and that's why they are importing that individual from the overseas country. Sometimes LIMIA refused, and they need officially a documentation, online documentation, and companies are fed up from this long processing. So companies were requesting, and Canadian government was also thinking there are some specific professions like agriculture is on the list, and some other departments are in the list, that these people who will go in these departments may not require LIMIA for specific companies, and this program was referred as temporary foreign workers. Mean that any person who will go through this program to Canada, he will not need, that company who is inviting that individual will not need LIMIA approved letter. LIMIA approved letter will not be required. It will save a lot of time to issue work permit for that migrant, and that companies will be able to import the migrant, the skilled worker in a very easiest way, without consuming money, without consuming fee, and without official documentation, because LIMIA approval will take long time. So workers can easily immigrate to Canada who are extremely required in specific departments like agriculture. In this year, Canada introduced agriculture department is on top list. Therefore, this program was designed to improve the agriculture sector of the Canada, and skilled worker who are in Canada who will enter through this program, they will not require LIMIA approved. What's the fraud started? The companies who are selected by IRCC was giving a license to the companies that you can invite individual without LIMIA, but all companies were trying to get this compensation. But some companies they were watching, they are just using their name, and they were taking money from the workers, and they were not even experienced, and therefore that LIMIA approval is must, so that that company will be checked. Canada noticed a lot of the companies are working on fake grounds, and they are taking money in dollars from the migrants to get the work permits. Therefore, the Canadian government is seriously thinking to give license to only those companies who are at least 5 to 6 year track record of experience in Canada, and their outputs will be monitored. This is a very good step, because you know, when and Canadian citizens always talk about that migrants are not good, migrants are not good for us. That is the only reason they are not hating migrants. Technically, they are hating when non-genuine migrants enter. This is the way some companies who itself are non-genuine, they are not working properly in Canada, and they are just using their name in getting money from overseas workers, and they give work permits and they import a lot of things. I think that is straightforward human smuggling, and because they may be charged $5,000, $10,000. The news reports say one work permit is being sold in $90,000 sometime. So therefore, it's very essential to cap such companies, and they must involve LIMIA for those companies. And this specific program, which is a very easiest program for the skilled workers of agriculture and 2 more departments, I think Canadian must allow some experienced companies, authentic companies, genuine companies, and hopefully this fraud will finish soon, because now IRCC clearly noticed that we will check the companies who will be allowed to invite the workers through this program. Thank you very much.